Welcome to Brain-Based Parenting, the Boys Ranch podcast for families. We all know how hard being a parent is, and sometimes it feels like there are no good answers to the difficult questions families have when their kids are struggling. Our goal each week will be to try and answer some of those tough questions utilizing the knowledge, experience, and professional training Cal Farley's Boys Ranch has to offer. Now here is your host, Cal Farley's Staff Development Coordinator, Joshua Sprock.
The participation ribbon debate is an interesting one. For some reason, our society has pinned many of the ills of modern-day parenting on a small trinket of appreciation, and we often accept this as an absolute truth. Now, I understand that not everyone is a fan of participation ribbons. Some argue these awards dilute the spirit of competition or contribute to a sense of entitlement. Critics say that kids who receive trophies just for showing up might lose the incentive to strive for excellence. While these concerns are not without merit, they miss an important aspect of what participation trophies and ribbons truly represent. But there's more to consider. I believe they serve a different and equally important purpose, encouraging effort and fostering personal growth. As a society, we become more aware of the immense pressure we place on kids to succeed. Whether it's in school, sports, extracurricular activities, the bar is constantly being raised. In this fast-paced world, participation ribbons can serve as a gentle reminder to celebrate the small victories and to value the process of growth, because sometimes just showing up is a victory in of itself. We also live in an age where more and more kids are playing sports on video games instead of out in the field. We need to encourage kids to engage in real-world activities in any way that we can. As someone who grew up in the heyday of participation ribbons and had a mother who kept everything I ever won, I often reflected on the value and merit of these awards. When I graduated from college, my mom handed me boxes filled with all my stuff to go through. As I sifted through them, I found various awards, trophies, and ribbons from my childhood. What I found interesting is that I didn't spend that much time reminiscing over my first place trophies, medals, and ribbons. Those happy memories were already etched into my mind. Instead, I found myself spending an unexpected amount of time looking at and surprisingly enjoying all my participation trophies. One plaque in particular stood out to me. It had a soccer ball etched on it, and it read, 1988 Westwood Raiders. I remembered that season well. We lost every single game, scoring only one goal the entire season. But I remembered Coach Sundquist. He was kind, funny, and he never yelled at us, even when we lost one game 17-0. I also found a white participation ribbon from the 100-yard dash during elementary track meet. I vividly remember being in first place, only to step in a hole a few yards from the finish line, skinning my knee and ended up finishing last. I was devastated. But what really struck me wasn't the fall, it was my teacher. Miss Lippman, who ran over to make sure I was okay, she walked me to the nurse's office, comforted me with a Band-Aid, and when we got back, several people clapped for me, and I was awarded my white participation ribbon. I could probably share more memories like these, but the common thread in all of them is that an adult took some time to care, notice, and appreciate my effort. They didn't hand out ribbons just to make me feel like a winner. Instead, they poured care and concern into me, which strengthened the relationship with me in those moments. At no point have I ever looked at a participation award and thought, wow, I must be an incredible athlete, or I'm going to be the next Michael Jordan. But I always did say thank you to the adults who cheered me on and encouraged me to keep working hard. Reflecting on my childhood awards, I realized that ribbons didn't signal the innate talent or victory. Instead, they celebrated the perseverance I showed, a key element in developing what we now call a growth mindset. Now, as a coach myself, I've handed out plenty of participation awards. And never once have I had a child believe that they won something that they didn't earn. On both the successful teams I coached and the ones that got crushed, at the end of the seasons, kids always gave me a hug, told me that they had fun, learned something new, and thanked me for being their coach. I also think of my daughters when they were in ballet. Every week at the end of the class, they would rush to the front of the line and fight to get a participation sticker from the teacher. But by the time we got to the car, the sticker was often lost, given away, or discarded. This tells me the sticker itself wasn't important. It was the fact that someone they admired noticed them and took a moment to make them feel special. And that's what is at the heart of every participation ribbon and trophy. It's a relationship. It's not the ribbon itself that matters. It's the coach who hands it out, the teacher who encourages the student to keep trying. The parent says, I'm proud of you for sticking with it. These moments create the foundation for resilience and confidence in our children. Of course, I'm not suggesting that we should just hand out ribbons willy-nilly and call it a day. These rewards are only meaningful when they're paired with genuine feedback, guidance, and encouragement to keep improving. Without relationships and honest feedback, participation ribbons become an empty gesture. But when used thoughtfully, they can be a tool for growth. Interestingly, recent studies have shown that when recognition focuses on effort rather than results, children start to develop a growth mindset. A growth mindset is the belief that abilities and intelligence can develop through dedication and hard work. And this is where participation ribbons really shine. They're not about making every child feel like a winner. They're about encouraging persistence, resilience, and a love for learning and improvement. In today's world, where instant gratification through screens is prevalent, the physical and tangible reward of a participation ribbon provides a grounding experience that reinforces real-world effort. As technology dominates our children's lives, participation ribbons take on a new level of importance. We're constantly battling the pull of screens, video games, social media, which if allowed can often replace a real-world experience. It's easy for kids to get lost in the virtual world where effort doesn't always match results, and the immediate reward of a like can overshadow the joy of participating and engaging in a real-life activity with real-life people. In contrast to the fleeting satisfaction of a like on social media, participation ribbon reflects the effort invested in the real world, reinforcing the value of showing up and trying. This is where small rewards like a participation trophy can serve as a powerful tool. They remind kids that being physically present, engaging with others, and putting effort in really matters. These small tokens help pull kids away from the isolating world of screens and into the real, valuable world of teamwork, growth, and personal effort. Ultimately, participation ribbons aren't about rewarding mediocrity. They're about creating environments where effort is acknowledged, where showing up and trying your best is valued. The relationship built through these moments are what help shape a child's resilience, confidence, and willingness to try again. And isn't that what we really want for our kids? Participation ribbons remind us that success isn't measured by trophies alone, but by the strength of relationships and the persistence to keep trying. In a world that sometimes overlooks the power of showing up, these small tokens encourage a future generation to value growth, effort, and the connections that shape their journey, and in the end, participation ribbons remind us that success is not just about winning, but about the relationships we build and the lessons we learn along the way. These moments shape not just athletes, but well-rounded individuals who value effort and perseverance. It's not about the ribbon itself, it's about the relationship that forms when somebody takes the time to notice, appreciate, and encourage a child. Those relationships are the building blocks for their future success. Thank you for joining us today. If you'd like to participate in this discussion or contact us to ask a question, our email address is podcasts@calfarley.org. I'll leave a link in the description. Also, if you haven't already, please follow and subscribe to the show and leave us that 5-star review and tell your best friends that they should also listen. And always, you might have to loan out your frontal lobes today. Just make sure you remember to get them back.
Thank you for listening to Brain-Based Parenting. We hope you enjoyed this show. If you would like more information about Cal Farley's Boys Ranch, are interested in employment, would like information about placing your child, or would like to help us help children by donating to our mission, please visit calfarley.org. You can find us on all social media platforms by searching for Cal Farley's. Thank you for spending your time with us, and have a blessed day.